Good morning. Welcome to Plugged In. That's right. We're back. A short little thought out of First Thessalonians right after this. And we are back, and it is the first Monday of the new year. We have this new setup, which, for a long time, we had a table that was kind of hiding some of my physique, but now you see the whole physique. It's kind of like that message on a mirror. Objects in the mirror appear larger than what they really are, but I don't know. This is Thanksgiving and holiday dinner right here. We're glad that you're with us. It has been a while. It has been a whirlwind. The last time I visited with you, I said, I'll see you next week. And then Peter told me afterwards, he said, I'm going to be gone for something for the holidays. And I'm like, okay, no problem. I'm not meaning to throw him under the bus. This is not what it is. I'm just explaining. And so then last week, I checked in with him. He said, I'm on vacation still. And I'm like, oh. So we are back. And there might come those times that we're not with you, but we're not abandoning it. And we enjoy this every week. Hope that you will continue to like and share and follow along with us. We've been doing some stuff out of First Thessalonians. And I'll be really honest, I don't even know where we left off at. But I do have a thought for today. And so if you want to follow along, because it won't be up on the screen, but we're going to do some stuff out of 1 Thessalonians 5 in the middle of that chapter. And I just want to kind of set it up by sharing that Paul writes this letter to this church. They're young Christians. They're young followers in Christ. And he's just wanting to instruct them on how to live their lives, how to treat one another. And in particular today, we're going to look at how they are to treat someone, you might say, in the church, leaders. So we're here at this new year. I don't know if you made any New Year resolutions. Maybe you have in the past and they just didn't work out for very long. You've just gotten to a point that you just say, no, I'm not going to do anything. Maybe what you have to have is a New Year resolution on a daily basis. How about that? That would be okay. We wake up every day and say, you know what? I want to try this today. I want to do this. But you and I can't do anything on our own strength. It is through the Lord that he helps us to be the person that he wants of us to be. And so that's all of these lessons. That's what we're here for. It's just to encourage you. And I'm sure that 90%, if not more, of those who are watching are people that already attend a church. If by chance you have not been attending a church, you're looking for a church, there's plenty around here. I want to invite you to Living Hope. We have worship services Sunday morning at 9 a.m. We're located at 110 West Clinton, just over by the superintendent's office in downtown Rogersville. But there are a number of other churches in the area to plug into, and that will help you. And the idea of being together with other of like faith helps us in these times that we're living in. So all that being said, I want to read for you something out of 1 Thessalonians chapter 5. And in particular, we're going to pick up verse 12. And there's going to be a list of things. I don't know if we're going to really cover the whole list today. I don't think I want to take each one for the next 6 or 8 weeks. But I want to cover this one at the very first because 1 from a personal standpoint, in the position that I hold as a minister, I think this is beneficial. But I'm also speaking on behalf of a number of other preachers, church leaders that serve in the churches. And I think, I know that I've been on the other side of the fence, where at times it became easy to, well, talk about what was going on or what they weren't doing or what they should be doing. And we just always have a tendency to want to coach how we think things should go until we're really there. And so here's where I'm at with it. We're not really for sure how big the church was in Thessalonica. We're not really for sure how large it was as far as number of people, how structured it was. But here's what Paul says to them. He says, we ask you. He's talking about Silas, who's part of the team, and Timothy. He says, we ask you, brothers and sisters, to acknowledge those who work hard among you, who care for you in the Lord, and who admonish you. Now, he's not talking about those who are in the congregation in the sense of who do hard work. He's talking specifically about those who take the time each week to present the lessons, who prepare the lessons, who do some leadership role. Now, in the first century and that small church, that it would have been way different than what we're accustomed to now. But I know we have started a custom here. It's been going on for at least 20 years, if not a little longer, where we have a Pastor Appreciation Month. And I think that's wonderful. But why do we wait just for October for that to happen? I think, I wonder what our churches would be like if the people in the church were continually praying or encouraging those who were in leadership. I recall hearing a story some time ago in which a visiting preacher stood before a congregation, and he knew that there were some problems in the church, and he had been hearing the rumblings from the preacher who worked there. And so he addressed the crowd. He said this. He said, would you like to have a better preacher? And people were nodding. He said, do you think you'd like to have someone that cares for you more? And they're nodding. He goes on and on. Finally, he says, why don't you pray for the one that you have? And his point was this. He might not be the better person until you put forth an effort to help him to be a better person. Now, this is not meant to run anybody, again, under the bus. But what Paul was saying is, be respectful to those who are in leadership. Treat them with respect. He says, acknowledge them. Give them credit. When you close out a service, don't just say thank you as something as routine. Really mean, hey, thank you for the work that you put into that. Hey, I appreciate what you did. Hey, thank you for stopping by to visit my mom or whoever it might be at the hospital or at the house. Those little things are worth way more than a paycheck. Now, don't take that to mean don't pay the guy. But I'm saying, man, a preacher, he can just run through a wall when he hears those acknowledgments from his congregation. So I guess for what I'm wanting to start out this year is let's start out the year trying to pay respect to those who are in leadership in churches. And Paul says this, hold them in the highest regard and love because of their work. Live in peace with each other. Again, regardless if you've made a resolution or not, I think every one of us want to try to do things better than we did in 2025. Okay? Here's a good place to start. Live in peace with one another. Okay? We're going to look at a few other things in the list as we go on. But let's start out this year by acknowledging, respecting, giving credit to those who take the time to present a lesson or a sermon or lead us in some way in the Lord each week. Thank you again for joining us. We will be back, unless there's an emergency, we will be back next Monday, and we will give you something else out of 1 Thessalonians 5. Until then, have a great week. We love you all, and be safe. See you next Monday on Plugged In.